If you're knee-deep in divorce or separation, feeling trapped by overwhelming emotions, endless uncertainty, and maybe even that nagging fear of getting fleeced, hang tight, because you're exactly where you need to be. Welcome to the Soft Landing Divorce Podcast, where we show you it's possible to navigate this mess with dignity, clarity, and real peace, no matter how chaotic it feels. What sets us apart? Ken and Sarah dive into the secrets the divorce industrial complex keeps hidden, proven ways to escape with a fair settlement, dodging those sneaky hidden costs that can drain your wallet and spirit, even when the system has you feeling completely cornered. Whether you're just dipping your toes into separation or already battling in the trenches, we're here to guide you and your kids to a softer landing on the other side. So, brew that coffee, settle in, and let's uncover the strategies the pros won't share. Starting now with Ken and Sarah.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I've got something really exciting to share with you today on the Soft Landing Divorce Podcast. We're going to do a deep dive into something that honestly might flip your whole perspective on divorce proceedings. I'm talking about key considerations when hiring a divorce lawyer, and, well, spoiler alert, it might not be what you think.
Oh, Ken, I'm so pumped to talk about this because you know what? Most people have it completely backwards. They think the first thing you got to do when you're facing divorce is call a lawyer, and I'm here to tell you that's not necessarily the case.
Wait, seriously? Sarah, you're telling me that the whole lawyer up immediately thing we see in movies isn't the right approach?
Not at all. And let me tell you why. Divorce and separation proceedings are about 90% finances and children, not purely legal matters. So when you rush straight to a lawyer without understanding your financial picture first, you're basically flying blind.
Huh. That's actually wild when you put it that way. So what should people be doing instead?
Well, here's the thing, Ken. I always tell my clients to consider working with a mediator and a CDFA, that's a Certified Divorce Financial Analyst, first. And there are some really compelling reasons for this approach.
Okay, I'm hooked. Break it down for me. What's the first big advantage?
Control, pure and simple. When you work with a mediator and CDFA first, you and your spouse maintain control over the entire process. You're making decisions collaboratively instead of having attorneys or the court dictate what happens to your life.
Honestly, that sounds way less stressful than what most people go through.
Exactly. And then there's the financial clarity piece, which is huge. A CDFA brings this crazy level of financial expertise to your case. They help you understand the short-term and long-term implications of every financial decision you're making.
So you're saying most people don't really understand their own financial situation going into divorce?
Ken, you've hit the nail on the head. Most people have no idea what they actually own, what they owe, or how different settlement options will affect their future. The CDFA helps with comprehensive disclosure. They guide you in gathering all those necessary documents, making sure no financial stones are left unturned.
This is starting to make so much sense. What else should people know about this approach?
Well, mediators are incredible at keeping parties focused on their real intentions and the main issues. Without that focus, people get distracted and honestly, they lose sight of what actually matters most to them and their families.
And I'm guessing this whole approach is probably easier on the wallet, too?
Oh, absolutely. Mediation and financial analysis can often be way more cost-effective than immediately lawyering up. You're getting comprehensive guidance without those sky-high legal fees from day one.
Now, I gotta ask, doesn't the traditional approach create a lot of bad blood between couples?
You're so right about that. The traditional lawyering up approach creates this adversarial atmosphere that just fuels hostility. When you opt for mediation first, you're actually reducing the animosity between parties. It's like, instead of gearing up for battle, you're sitting down to solve a problem together.
That's a whole different ballgame. What about the kids in all this?
I'm so glad you brought that up. Mediators and CDFAs take this holistic approach. They consider monetary and non-monetary aspects, especially the children's welfare. This gives you a much more complete view of your situation.
So when someone finally does talk to a lawyer, they're in a better position.
Exactly. Having that solid understanding of your finances and your real intentions empowers you to make way more informed decisions when you do seek legal advice. You're not just reacting anymore, you're making strategic choices.
But wait, are people's legal rights still protected with this approach?
Absolutely. The modern family law system ensures your rights are protected. Consulting a mediator or CDFA first doesn't negate this protection at all. You're being smarter about the timing.
And going back to the kids for a second, how does this help them specifically?
When you focus on finances and children first, you're creating a more stable environment during this whole transition. And let's be honest, that stability is often so much better for children than watching their parents battle it out in an adversarial legal process.
This is really eye-opening, Sarah. So for everyone listening who might be facing divorce or separation, what's your main takeaway?
The goal is to make your divorce or separation as smooth as possible for everyone involved. Starting with a mediator and CDFA might not be the traditional route, but it could be exactly right for you. You get clarity, control, and this comprehensive view of your situation before you step into a lawyer's office.
That makes so much sense. Every situation is unique, so people really need to consider their options carefully.
Absolutely. And remember, this isn't about avoiding legal help. It's about timing it right so you can get the best possible outcome for your family.
Sarah, this has been incredible. You've really shown us how taking control of the process from the start can make all the difference.
Thanks, Ken. I really believe that when people understand they have options, they can navigate this challenging time with so much more confidence and dignity.
So, as we wrap things up today, I want to leave everyone with this thought. What might you do differently now that you understand these key considerations about when and how to engage legal help during divorce? How might this shift your perspective on taking control of your own process?
That's such a great question to sit with, because ultimately this is about empowerment, discovering that you have more control than you might have thought.
And on that note, remember that you deserve to navigate this transition with clarity and confidence. Stay curious, keep those questions coming, and until next time, keep taking control of your own path forward.
And that's a wrap on today's episode. Divorce doesn't have to be as complicated, costly, or drawn out as the industry often makes it seem. You have more choices than you've been told, and more strength than you may realize. Imagine discovering the power of control as you navigate your divorce with mediators and CDFAs first. Could that be the game changer you've been searching for? If today's conversation sparked something in you, here's what we'd love. Subscribe to the Soft Landing Divorce podcast so you catch every strategy that could reshape your family's future. Drop us a review. It helps others in the thick of it find this lifeline. And if someone's on your mind who's facing separation, share this episode. It's a simple way to remind them they're not alone, and there's a smarter path ahead. Grab all our resources, show notes, and links in the description. We're not just a weekly listen, we're a growing community. Proving divorce doesn't have to shatter lives. Hit subscribe. We've got eye-opening insights coming your way. Until next time, keep aiming for that soft landing. You've got this, and we've got you. That's Ken and Sarah, signing off. Disclaimer. The information provided in this podcast is intended for general informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. For legal guidance specific to your situation, please consult a qualified legal professional in your jurisdiction.